Hi, it's Karen.
And Tim.
From Stamping on the Back Porch. And welcome to our first in a series of videos that are going to be all about quilt cards. So I think that will be really fun. But first, we've got mail. We always love getting mail from you guys. Love starting our things that way. So, okay, we will get started.
Yes, we will. We had fun with our grandson yesterday.
Yes.
That was so fun.
He is really intrigued with my whole online thing. So, you know, and he was looking through the YouTube videos and he spotted the game show and he says, that's what I want to do. So we created that for him yesterday. And it's just fun, just talking through with him and planning and doing all that. So thanks for all of you who participated. I think we gave away about 8 prizes, so it's just wonderful.
And it was kind of cool that of all the spins, most of them came up as drawings.
But thanks for letting us do that. That's just really a fun thing. Let's start with cards. This one is from Sue Freeman in Washington State.
And Sue Freeman to Tim Titus.
Oh, we each have one. Okay,
yes.
I'll open mine first. Oh, love this. Thank you. This is just an appreciation thank you card. On the back, a sweet little note. Oh, I love that. And look on the inside. We have it fully dressed. But look at the fun gems and the corner turned down. Fun place to put the words. Isn't that a fun layout? Great card. And then the decorating on the inside. Great card.
And, oh, just beautiful. I love the colors. I love gray and slate or whatever that is. Okay, read what she wrote.
She just appreciates her stamping, so that's just wonderful.
No, there's more about me going to the post office.
Oh, she says she appreciates Tim's trips to the post office because we know that how frequent they are. Oh, that's hilarious. And that he's a great partner to Tim. Yeah, so Tim wants to be recognized. That's right. That's right. And wonderful. Thank you, Sue, for recognizing. That's great. And look at this cool little window frame origami layout. Ooh, that's another one we're going to do someday. And I thought, that's an awesome card. Love it.
It is. Thank you.
And do you know, we both got cards here too from Connie Davison. Let's do this. Okay.
And I have not been able to open it.
So do not open until Quilt Card Week. And we have arrived.
Have we?
Oh, fun. So there is a quilt card. And look, that is actual fabric on there. Isn't that an awesome idea? So a whole nother idea we're not covering today, but a whole nother fun idea with your quilting cards. How cute is this? Oh, isn't that fun? That's a great card. Love it. Connie Davison is from Minnesota.
And mine, it has stuff on the outside, on the back, and inside.
Oh, look at that. Little cutouts from fabric. Oh, Tim, all the farm scenes. Yes. How cool is that?
That is so
farm
cool.
scenes. So look at the fun thing. So this totally fits into, it's a great way to start us off, Connie, with Quilt Week here, right? Just all the unending ideas. I was encouraging people to invite any of your quilting friends because, you know, quilting and card making they go well together. But even if you aren't a quilter, you know quilters. So it's fun to make cards that they will appreciate.
Hi, Tim. I know you like Happy Mail.
So fun card. And look at the inside too. That is just darling.
Thank you, Connie.
It's just darling.
Wonderful.
And this is for us together from Sarah Willems from Minnesota. Oh, a Harvest Hello, a strip card. Love that. Oh, and a fun note inside that I will read later. Oh, it's thanking me for winning a challenge. So one of the gifts that she got. Or a drawing. I think it was a drawing or whatever. It's to both of us. Isn't that great? Harvest Hello.
So this is to both of us? So
yep.
I can look at it
Oh, so you can look at it too?
Very nice.
But when you look at it, they don't look at it, Tim.
I know.
You know, so just so you know. But it is really all about Tim.
A quick glance. A quick glance.
But you notice how the strip cards isn't that a great way to use up scraps? We can call them strip cards or scrap cards. Great way to use up your scraps. Love that. And her words across and the leaves tucked down there. It's a gorgeous card. Love it.
To both of us. Next.
Okay. Renee Duchesne, who lives here in the area, to both of us. But it does say Tim. Oh, we each have one. Oh, look at this.
Oh,
you
my
guys.
goodness.
So I'm going to show mine. This one has my name on it. Oh, harvest cards. This is my favorite time of the year, so I love this. Look at the fence and the pumpkins and the may the season bring you smiles and love that last all year. Ooh, that's a beautiful card. And she does the inside too. But that's gorgeous. But now put yours up because they're kind of a fun...
Oh,
you're going to show them. You wanted to prove that it really was Tim. And Tim, do you know what? I never told you what you're doing for a card today. So people are going to see how I tell you how ahead of time.
So
how cool is that? Golden leaves, chilly air, autumn beauty everywhere. And look at that with that beautiful tree, the Life is Beautiful stamp set, and all of the colored leaves. We're actually taking the day tomorrow and going with friends, taking a drive north to look at leaves. It's going to be just a beautiful warm day here, and that way we can also eat at a safe place sitting outside. So we're going to enjoy the day. So with the weather we're getting, so gorgeous cards, and they just look like they're meant for two people that and yet similar.
Thank you, Renee.
And this one is to Tim Titus, and then in parentheses, and Karen. So that tells me it's mostly for Tim. So we'll let him do the honor.
Yes.
Oh, and who's it from? Mary Johnson from Georgia. Johnson's my maiden name. That's hilarious. Shall we do this? If we had the grandkids over, we might actually do that. That's hilarious. Having fun in the leaves. Isn't that great? Wishing everything wonderful. That's a great.
Grandpa and a grandma all having fun.
All having fun. That's great. Love it. Oh, that is so fun. That's just great. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mary.
Oh, and some of you loves, like Kathy said, she loves autumn too, her favorite season, and she loves quilt and quilt cards. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing about the quilt card series. Next week, I'm going to be making cards actually from quilts, being inspired by a specific quilt, and it's all going to happen over in the Back Porch Stampers. I'll put a link to that. You'll want to come join if you haven't. The reason we're doing it there is it's a whole lot easier for you to interact and post your stories and pictures. So each day I'm going to be sharing one of my quilts from my quilt collection, telling you the story, then I'm going to make a card inspired by that quilt. It might be the colors, the design, the pattern. You know, we find inspiration everywhere. And then I'm inviting you to share pictures of either or both your quilts and your cards. We want to see quilts on the stories, and we'll be asking questions like, share a picture of a quilt that you've made, share a picture of a quilt that you've received as a gift, or that maybe someone in your family's made, just things like that, because we want to hear the stories behind things. I think quilts just have such a long tradition. And the thing that's fun about cards and quilting that I love is that they both are color and design. They're just on a different scale. I was a quilter before I was a card maker, and so much is similar, except that cards are much faster. So I think I was up to counting 15, and I thought, oh, Karen, just quit. Now I could never do that with a quilt. So so we will get started. Yes?
So she talks to herself in the third person. Karen, just...
Yeah, I know. I do. I'm telling myself, I don't know when to stop. But that's what playing with paper is all about. And that is what... And actually today, you put that down, is a little bit... This isn't as specifically about particular quilts as it is about the stitched triangles. I knew when this came... I just see quilts right away when I see this. So these are inspired. So a lot of these are modern art quilts, but they could be cards or quilts, but you get the idea. But because they're the stitched triangles, and it's a whole fun new shape to work with. And you also know when I make things, well, number one, I bought 2 of these so that when I make quilts, I could be cutting 2 of the same size out. And then I cut a bunch of pieces. So I lay out a bunch of these. You kind of think about which ones I might use, but I just want a bunch of things to play with. And these are just some of the leftovers. So when I bring them out to work with again, I'll dump this out, and this will be my starter thing to do that. So we're going to actually, you can use this idea. I think this is really a fun card. This is one I'm going to make a little later, but just to show you how you can take your ideas and make pictures that really could be an applique quilt, but it could also just be kind of a fun work of art. So in a nod to traditional quilting, let's start with actually I didn't do much with colored paper on purpose.
Actually,
not colored, but I mean...
this was the card that I made.
Yeah, that's the one you're going to make, Tim.
No.
Is there a little gasp for that?
That's a little too much.
Do you know, Hank had my little upside down thing. I think it's sitting out on my table out there.
Okay.
I should have you go get that. But he has to undo that. I didn't get everything back into the table from what we took outside. I was going to say I didn't do many pattern pieces, so I wanted to do one because this is a little more traditional. The reason I'm using all solids, I love the look. A lot of that reminds me of like Amish quilts, but it's also just much easier to just intermix and have anything just go with each other. So that's why we're mostly dealing in that, but I just wanted to do a quick, oh good, thank you, thank you. I had to keep this here. Kathy Turner has a quilt made in 1933 for her mom from her great-grandmother. Oh my goodness, isn't that, see, it's just amazing. Okay, so now I'm just gonna start this. I'm not gonna do the whole thing. If I did 15 cards from start to finish, we would be here all day, and I don't wanna keep it that long. I just wanna show you, I just take my paper, and then I really would just kind of line it at the top. But if you notice, I'm going to make this just like a regular quilt. I'm just making a typical. It's going to be, and by that I mean it's stitched all the way through. You know, there aren't any, like in the other card, you know, there's just kind of inspired because there's a lot of white space. So that could be more like applique though. But I think that's fun. So you see the idea. I'm just going to do the whole thing, cover this. I should do a little bit more here. Okay. And do this. And see, then you just get to play with paper. The thing I love about quilting too is it's just like it's just like doing this, but change your paper, change the whole look, change your fabric, change the whole look, the colors, the design, so much to work with. But do you see how that's just building into a lovely pattern? Now I did complete one of these just to show with the larger ones, because of course I'm cutting out a couple sizes at one time to make better use of my time. So this is just like this, but it's the next size up. And then to make it even look more quilted, I just put it through an embossing folder when it was done. And so this looks like, to me, like a very traditional hand-stitched quilt, okay? So I didn't want to forget that. And we'll hit a few things that might look more like that next week. But now we're going to go to a little more just very plain. Oh, let's start with this one. See, I just have all kinds of, I'm not even sure where to start here. I'm going to do my layers. This is actually a quilt pattern, and it might be called, some of you might know more than I do. But you know, I think it could be sun over the mountain, moon over the mountain, must be sun over the mountain or something. Does anyone know what the official, actual pattern is? And you'll notice I cut this card a little different size. You can do anything you want, but I didn't want, it wasn't quite enough at the bottom to actually leave words, and I didn't feel like trimming, and I thought, I like off-size cards, so I'm just going to do that. So I just have my mountain and my sun. And this could easily be an applique quilt. You know, anything that we do could be like that too. So I'll put my sun there and this. And now notice when you look at this, I could change this size, I could change this size, I could change where the sun is. You know, it's all about, it's just kind of fun, basic art with shapes. That's what I think of this with. And today we're really dealing with the triangles. But when you add the stitching, it just looks very quilt-like.
This actually could be a road that goes into the sunset.
Oh yes, could put a car on there. Ooh, see, I like that idea. Oh, Tim, that's a great idea. So see, and then, you know, and then just think of all the words you could combine this with. Nancy's using the tartar sauce. Yes, that's what Hank was calling this. It made him think of tartar sauce. So while we're at that, let's do something else really abstract. I have one more that I did do with some paper. So I thought, so this is what I was going to do here. This is going to be a sailboat.
You made that card with paper? That is so
Oh, I'm
unique.
getting really, really good at this, Tim.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to do that, and oh, I didn't even mean to do that, but I guess it works. I thought I might be cutting it shorter. I wanted the darkest part down here. Okay, that'll work. So watch what I'm going to do here. This is also a traditional, you could do this with fabric. It is a traditional pattern with boats, and I've seen them done so many different ways. So I just picked one way to do it. Oh, I want the sky at the top. See, that's kind of the look that I'm going for. And now if you notice, this is going to be my boat. Okay, so it's going to go like this. It's going to be a sailboat. And I think this is fun to make. So I'll put one. This paper, I'm trying to think of what the name of this paper is again. Is it Artistic something other? I think it's so fun to work with. And I thought it just makes some fun. So there's my boat. And then this is going to be the base of the boat. And I'm going to tear it off. So you aren't going to see it. So I just want to make sure just part of it is going to be showing up. So you can see I'm using both sides of the paper. There I go, that. So now this is going to be my boat because it's going to be in the water. Oh, I want that narrower. I guess my sailboat could have been higher. But I did say this is going to be live crafting today. I don't have, other than that one, I don't have any finished cards. So it's all just, we'll see what happens. And I could even pop it up, but we'll let it be. But you see how I'm using both sides? I think it's just pretty fun. Put that in the corner, both to cover the rest of my boat and also just the image of water because, you know, there's a wave there. But I think, no, my glue will not leak out while I'm working on it. I'm not going to leave it like that overnight, but it does not leak out. At least it hasn't. So I've been doing that all the time, but you know, I might not be your perfect answer, but I think this is really fun. And you could do a bunch of these to put on a card and do just, you know, it makes me think of a quilt, you know, where you might have several different ships like that.
Can I say that I thought that the tearing off was going to make it look like water?
Well, see, that could. So in other words, I could have torn the top, but it's a little harder to do that with a quilt. But yes. I'm sure there is a way to put it on there. But I think that's a really fun card. So look at these just really simple ways of making pictures with the stitched shapes. And then, oh, Patricia said she's working. She has to watch the replay. Oh, I know it. Work gets in the way, doesn't it? Oh, and I'm knocking cards off here. Okay, next thing we're going to do.
I think we have about 25 cards out here.
I know. I have a whole place covered. We added an extra table on the side, and it's full of things that I'm making.
You might want to go get your lunch because it might be a while.
So I'm going to do two really quick cards out of just the note cards and envelopes. They're a smaller size, but I like to show them both because this idea would work on large cards too. But I was thinking, wouldn't it be fun to make a set of like 4 different cards, different patterns or designs for a quilter? I think that would just be an awesome. And just you have this little set, and these do go in the mail. So you can see I am just building these. And I'm going just across the page here. I have to have Tim keep the running commentary going so I can focus a little bit, but who knows? I don't focus all that much here. And if you notice, I'm leaving some space in here.
But I'll let you know that when Karen works, she just talks. But she doesn't talk to me. She's just talking to herself.
You'll say, did you need something? No, just I'm totally engaged with my own conversation. But look how easy this is to do. And then my last one. So now it takes me a day or two to get these up on my blog. And I didn't add words on these. Some of them I was going to add some words, but I just thought, what if the card doesn't turn out? And anyway, I just thought I'll add them later. So I just took out some words that were kind of longer and narrower because that's what I would put here. Although it's standalone too. And I'm just going to trim off the edge. And I think you have this really fun card. Now, if I take this very same idea on the next one, one of the things I love about this, notice we have 3 different kinds of triangles. We've got right triangles, and then we've got whatever these 2 differences are. But I love that. And then they all have layers. So I'm just mixing and matching. So you don't even need to ask which one I'm using, because I'm not sure. On this one, oh my goodness, I'm going to just make this go faster. I think I'm just going to do this, because this time I'm going to butt them up to each other. Those I had to put on individually because I was leaving space, but I just wanted to show two styles. And also notice that I'm using a different shaped triangle now. And I could do either one, either way. You know, there's no right or wrong, and I just have a variety of these. I'm not, I could take this and kind of move it a little on purpose. I'm kind of going for a little bit of straight, but you know, we all know how that goes. So. Yeah, Tim laughs, yeah. Especially when you're working quickly.
It's straight at an angle.
Mm-hmm. Because it's all good, it's just, you know, just the ideas. But I thought, isn't that fun? So notice how quickly this card was to make. So that's why I thought I would do this one complete, because I didn't have to do them individually right here. But I think they're both just a fun look. Now this could go down the side of my card too. Either of these could be full-size cards. I'm just looking for some little ideas to put together. And you know, so then one could be a birthday card. You know, these could all be different kinds of cards.
Since I'm really good at asides, I was looking at a personality profile, and my personality likes orange. That is very true. I love orange.
Oh, interesting. Now, notice, this is going to be similar but different. Okay, so Margaret said she leaves her glue in sometimes overnight, and it's never leaked out. I have a feeling it just gets a little solid thing at the end and doesn't, so we'll see. Okay, did I miss something? Lily said she can't figure out how I can read comments and make cards at the same time. Well, not extremely well, as you can see, but I do my best. Yes, these are the dies. Thank you. Page 35 in the large catalogs. Thank you, Alice, for answering that. Well, and I would love to see hearts and thumbs, and I'm not on YouTube. I'm on Facebook Live. I don't know why they aren't showing. Isn't that weird? I don't know what happens with computers, but we are live on Facebook, so they should be there. So now I'm going to do a similar thing. I'm going to do a similar thing as this, since we're just in the land of possibilities. You know, I said that's where we dwell. So I'm going to just cover this. I could cover the whole thing with glue. That might be a better idea. But here I'm going to, I want to make sure I have, well, I'm going to start in the middle and just hope I have enough. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. I can cut more out after we're done. To see, I'm going to do this. Oh, but does it ever work quickly when you can just lay them all down like this? So this time I'm going to cover my whole thing. This is one of those lives where, whoa. Okay, there's a reason to use glue. Can I tell you what it is? Tim, do you know what it is? I could have just slid that over.
Yes, there's a gap.
But due to the power of editing, I'm going to cut this apart and reassemble it
Karen,
before,
you are not.
Not live, but when we go on the thing. So, you know, I can just show you what I'm doing. You bet.
I didn't think you
I'll
knew how
fix
to
anything.
edit these kinds of things.
No, I don't mean edit when I show the finished card. No, I don't know how to edit these things.
I was going to say, that's going to be quite a trick.
Okay, I will cut the end off there and put it here. So this one's going to take a little more work. But isn't that a fun look? I thought, I absolutely love that. And then what I'm going to do is take my words.
Our church actually has stained glass windows that are great big triangles just like that. And
oh, okay, yeah, that's true.
It's very, yeah, I like
So I'm going to do a similar card, and I thought I would take these words, and these are from, oh, help me out. I use these all the time because I love long, skinny words. And it has another one in it that says, words are never enough. And this is to thank you for all you do. And I just love how long and skinny it is to put places. And so to just make these a little different and yet the same before we go to an entirely new thing, that's where I'm going with this. So you see the idea behind that. And then I'm going to take the same idea. I did a few colored backgrounds because I thought, you know, layered like that, because I thought, ooh, that really does show how fun that is. So I was going to do that same thing going across. And you know what I'm going to do? These need glue. I am a Speedy stamper and I can't stand, so just so you know that, because I know some people tell me to slow down. I just think you'll be bored, you know, if I'm just sitting doing every little thing. So I just tend to, just so you know that in life, I just tend to just go for it. Okay, how did I want to do these? I think I'm going to do these. I got to do one upside down so I can kind of see it to space. And this time I'm doing them individually because I'm going to leave a space. What I just love about this is all the possibilities, and these are just plain triangles. But I think putting these on a card just gives you, you know, these become the focal point, but you can make your card be for any occasion. They may also make great masculine cards because they're just kind of a, you know, doing something like this with the In Good Taste, all the wood grain things, I think would make a great card. Okay, so this needs a few more pieces. But to see how these are going to be different and yet similar. And then if I put this across, popped up, I think we just have a really fun card and we have this fun background. So those are just using some plain triangles. Holly said she loves the way I make cards on video. Okay, so she's okay with the no nonsense. Let's just speed right through. And I think, you know, you can always go back and pause it if you need to see what I did. But I thought, you know, I can't change what I am. It just is. It is what it is.
I couldn't change what she is. So.
I know. I don't know if any of us can. That's why I love this, because, you know, we all get to do our own thing. Okay, now I'm going to use triangles. And
oh, really? That's a change?
yeah, a real change. And I'm going to make another, and I see I can't even decide which is easier to use. You know what I'm going to use this time is glue dots. Just because I can. We can use anything.
Should I go turn the TV
and
on?
I'm going to let you guess what I'm going to make here. Any ideas, Tim?
I think it's a little too early.
You want more of a
kite
display than that? Ooh, a kite would be a great idea.
It's
We could do that. Well, it's not exactly. Let's see what else we have in here. I love playing with paper, if you can't tell. I said, no, I think that's, you know, what we all share being here. And I just love having these pieces to play with. Oh, this is going to give it away. Any ideas, Tim?
Christmas tree.
A tree, not necessarily Christmas, but I am making a tree. Tree quilts are awesome, you know, and made out of triangles. This is, you know, there are patterns like this. You know, I'm sure they have all kinds of different names. I didn't start in the center, but that's just fine. And to make this, just used all different kinds of greens. And I'm just using the scrap bin. You know, this is a perfect thing to just find pieces and do some scraps. Okay, now this will be finished and put on a quilt.
Very nice.
Isn't that
That is
fun?
very nice.
I
And
think that makes a great card.
question, is one glue dot per thing, is that enough? Or
That's all I did. If I were really, I'll probably send this one to you guys, so it'll be fine. But actually, it seems like plenty. Typically, I would probably use more, or I'd probably take my time and use the glue. I think it's better. But I'm just showing, you know, use whatever you have. But I think this is just really a fun look. Okay, Rooted Nature, thank you. Alice is my right-hand person here. Shout out to Alice here for looking up these things. I was just thinking, all I'm using is stitch, and then we start talking, and there's other things too. Okay, now here's another really cool thing. Pattern to make with just these same. These are the same as the tree. They are the right triangles. And let's see, I am going to, let's see if I have a plan here or not. I'm going to use, I've sort of a plan. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm going to use these 6, which are the dark, whoops, I'm trying to take the non-existent cover off. Okay, we'll go back to using this.
So when you say that's the right, is it right versus wrong, right versus left?
Oh, this isn't the right angle. Thank you. Thank you, Tim. Because there's no right angle.
No,
this would be when it's the 3 equals. What is that called? What is isosceles? Is one of them that? No, there are right.
I didn't do well in geometry.
But
so.
And I love geometry. So Tim, we're just doing a role reversal here
Yes.
because I totally had that wrong. What I am going to say about this one, I guess that'll come later. This may or may not work. This may or may not work, but like everything else. So that's okay. I'm going to put these on like this. And again, you'll see the quilt building. And I need one more. Whoops. Sometimes you'll find if you're making a quilt card and trying to do a pattern, like I'll show next week, your card gets bigger. You know what? These cards are worth the extra postage. So I would say enjoy letting them be big. Now, see, this should fit in here, and it doesn't, but it's a quilt. It's okay. Okay. We're going to pretend that that's perfect. I wasn't speedy enough to get it done. You guys, it is so hard to do this on camera. Even though I've done this forever, it's like, you think it should be easy, but look how bad that is. But we're going to live with it. Oh, but I did one wrong. What do I do about this, Tim? I did one wrong. I have to take it off. Let's see if I can. Just because in my mind, the way it's going to be, it matters. Should it? I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to replace this. I wanted my dark colors here because then I wanted to take their light colors and put out here. So there's a, whoops. I guess it's a good thing I'm using glue. I think glue or glue dots, which also are easy to take off, probably really makes sense. Okay, and I'm going to put my green right here. And now what do you think I'm making? Know what this is going to be? A larger triangle?
Oh,
look at that.
Star of David?
A star, yeah, a star pattern. I thought, so how Claire says it's all good. Oh, the link, I keep getting questions about that. You just get these on Amazon and someone can, we'll figure out a link to that. But you see, now of course I could do these just all in, this would even be pretty just in one color, but I'm just kind of doing it with the colors. And look it's a little crooked, but do you see the idea? Now, if I wanted this to really be totally quilted, I would continue my rectangles out here and make the whole thing quilted. For today, I'm just showing you can also just take this idea and do the quilt part on top of that. And I will just angle this. This will be just fine with me. So how I'm going to finish this? Now, originally I would tell you what I planned to do was start with a bigger piece of paper and then trim it afterwards when something is larger like this. So that's really what I tell you to do. Since I'm not going to redo this, this is what I will do. I will just cut the paper a little bit under here, so I'll still have a white background, but I will get it more regular and then put it on something else. So you'll see when you look at the finished cards. But, oh yeah, it looks like a color wheel doing that. You're right. So it's just kind of a fun, I wasn't even thinking that, and you could probably do it in the correct ways. But I think how fun is that? Yeah, just type in Tombow glue holder, you're right, in Amazon. So
I've been known to have tangential thoughts, but I think this is connected. I was just thinking about Raggedy Ann. Is her dress or whatever, is that quilt? Is that a quilted Raggedy Ann?
I don't know. I made Raggedy Ann dolls for my girls when they were little.
Our girls.
Did I say my girls?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We shared them.
Yeah, we do. But anyway, I don't know. Raggedy Ann seemed like patchwork quilts.
It goes with that whole era. Now, I am going to just do nothing here but a little art. Tim, this is what I should be having you do.
Yes.
Let me switch. We'll have you do some art.
Is it random?
It is random.
Oh,
it's whatever you want to do.
I'm so good
Shall
at
I
random.
do this one and I'll say one of the other ones for you? Or do you want to take over?
I want to take over.
Okay. Here are all your pieces.
Okay.
And actually, why don't we both? Can we both? I'll just work on one on the side.
Okay.
We're going to show you. So they see what you're doing.
Okay.
And And I'm going to work on another one on the side. And it'll both show, because this is just the fun of playing and setting out triangles. Now, even if they aren't stitched, just playing with shapes, just put out some punch shapes. You know, if you work with kids and stuff, I think this is just a fun way to do things with them. And this is, you know, like just abstract, but we're going to call them modern quilts. That's what they make me think of. So it all works.
And being so non-random.
And it is amazingly difficult for us as adults to plan randomness. It is just rather strange. I mean, but I think it's just funny that it does that. So, but this is just sitting and playing with paper. And isn't it? I mean, it really is cool. I think
that's why I'm not good
right
at dancing, because I don't like to.
But dancing is very prescribed.
Oh, is it?
This should be dancing. Well,
I thought it's where you.
If I want to do couples dancing with
around.
you, yeah, it's not random. We're not looking for random, but, but that's probably what you're good at. Okay, so here I finished one. I'm just going to show you mine. Isn't that fun? And you put on colors, and I could add words. You know, I may or may not add words. I'll think, but I just wanted to show how easy that is to do. And while we're at it, I'm going to do one more.
This one makes all the difference in the world.
Which one does?
The last one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, what do you think?
I like it. I like it. And then see, yours will go on here. Which would you want up and which you want down? You'll just decide. Okay. I can attach it afterwards.
Can I attach it right now?
Sure. And then this time I'm going to just make, I don't know, these are almost like some then abstract mountains or something. I'm just putting some of these on. Put that on. And then I'll put this one on. This is really playtime. I'll put this. Oh, I don't want that one to go. We'll just fix it. There. And then one little one. We're going to start Monday off with the very first quilt I ever made. This is a mountain range, if you can't tell. It's a little impressionistic, which I made for Tim. So that's what we're going to start with on Monday. And what I think is fun about these is, you know, they're all on different brightly colored backgrounds, but it's all kind of the same pile of stuff that I used with, and then we just pulled whatever out. But I think what really fun, and that looks like modern art to me.
It does.
Okay. Now we'll go on.
Instead of cubism, it's triangleism.
Do you want to pass someone over there, and I'll show you what I was going to have Tim do.
Ooh.
Because see, we'll just kind of do this one together. This is.
So.
Okay, this is what I was going to do. So here's a tree again. But check this out, Tim.
This will be my contribution.
No, you can make it. Oh, okay.
I got to score it.
But look how cool this is. This is just like a tree done with triangles.
That is.
See, isn't that cool? So we'll just make it like that.
Yeah.
And of course you can always decorate it. Okay. But how cool is that? Do you want to work on putting that together? The other thing I wanted to say about this, I did bring out some little gem things. So let's just say, so I wasn't adding these to things, but let's say we wanted to. I'm just going to put a couple of these in here. Oh, I'm glad you guys are liking this. This feels like I don't know, kindergarten art class or something where we're all just playing. And like I say, it's good for us to just sit and play with things. We kind of sit down. It is like being 5 and getting a brand new box of Crayolas. At least in our day it was like that. Nowadays it must be getting all these fancy schmancy markers. But I think there's a...
Fancy schmancy.
But see, you can just add any details of anything you want to while we're at it. Yeah, I could see kites doing this. I mean, there's just a lot of things, anything built with shapes. And we're just basically looking at the triangles, except I wanted to do this last one, which also used the circles. But I thought it's a fun way to just make a picture. I love it.
There it is.
I love that. That's an awesome card.
Thank you.
Okay. So for this last one, here's what we're doing. I took we added the circle shapes. And so we have all the different circle shapes. And then when I ran them through the machine, so like this one, let's find which one. This was the middle one. You can see I ran it through like this, and then this with it, right tucked into the corner. So I get all these insides. I have all these fun shapes that I can use later, circles. But meanwhile, I am left with, oh, I guess they are a little different color. I meant them to be a little more different than that. Oh, there's my blue. I'll figure it out yet. Now I'm going to glue these. This is just printer paper to just put this on. I didn't want it to be super thick, so I'm just using that.
She didn't want it to be expensive paper. She wanted it.
Oh, and I cut the wrong size. Look at that. Okay, we're going to
glue it to the table.
Yeah, we'll glue this part together so you can see what I had in mind. Sometimes good intentions, you know.
Oh,
I'm putting all the little parts, right, the narrow parts right there in the corner.
Blue-green colorblind people have trouble with those.
Yeah, but these are just different like blues and blue-greens. Okay, so it's going to go like this. So we're going to, we'll just pretend that goes on there. Then I'm going to chop this. So this is going to make 2 cards. I'll do that, and I'll do this. And I'm not sure, I shouldn't have, okay, I shouldn't have probably chopped that without, but you know, good enough is good enough. There's my motto. I can always make a new one of that if I need to. Let's see if that works good enough. Yeah, that'll, oh, hey, not bad.
Not bad.
So now I'm going to go back to my picture, and if you see, this is going to be my lake, which I think is pretty awesome. So I'll put my lake right at the, whoops, I don't want to go too close to the edge because I have my missing lake piece. I'll put a little glue on that.
Do you need a paper towel, or are you
this
good?
Around. Oh, I'm good. No, I guess it's not perfect, but you know, I will bend that and then we'll snip it. Good enough is good enough is a good motto in life. It's just a card. Okay, so this becomes my lake. And then I'm going to just do my pictures. Now I was trying to decide, this was going to be my sandy beach. That's what I did on the other one. Do you think that makes sense? Or should the trees be right at the lake? It probably makes sense to have a little sandy beach. Sense. Okay, so here's my little shoreline beach. So I'm going to put that on. So this is like welcome to playtime today, because that's basically oh, a rainbow would be perfect. Perfect on this. It just reverse this. You have an awesome rainbow, and then you put trees this way. Love your idea, Alice. So I think that's what's so fun when you take out your shapes and just start playing. And that's why I couldn't stop. I just kept thinking of more cards because it's like you're doing that. Yeah, totally. I see a rainbow. What an awesome idea. So lake, rainbow, and then what else can you think of? So I'm going to put my those right there. And then you want to pick the last, where the last one goes?
Yes.
Saying? Oh, okay. So I'm going to put, and you can see I'm just using different sizes again.
But
so let's see. I think I'm going to put that one over there.
But I'm not sure if this will work.
And now you can put your...
No, I'm not going to put it because I wanted to see if I could make it into a sailboat. But I'm not sure if that would work.
I don't know. What do you guys think? I think if you're on a sailboat, we should have like a little white or something that stands out a little more.
Yeah, I agree.
This looks too much like the green trees.
Yep.
But that would be a fun idea to add a little.
Okay, I'll let you glue it on. It's so small.
So we'll put our last little one on. And so there's our shoreline of trees on our lake. And again, we can do words or not words, but I think just fun ideas to play with. Pat says, a great way to work your way through a creative block. That's true, because we all just kind of get stuck with that. And sometimes you just want to put your pieces out and play with. Okay, Tim's giving me grief on that one. Okay. I'm going to be all embarrassed. Okay, but... I don't know how they edited.
I didn't say anything.
He didn't have to. It was the nudge under the table. Okay.
I didn't even nudge you.
Okay, I'm just going to say, but sometimes we get overwhelmed, I think, because we think of everything that we have. And that's where I just love the idea of taking the triangle pieces. And I've known for a long time I wanted to do a quilt week. And this isn't really what I had in plan, but I thought this would be a fun introduction because the stitched triangles just make me think of quilts. So now I'm going to invite you all to go over to the Back Porch Stampers. I will put the link up below and join if you haven't, because we want to share lots of stories. And then next week I will be sharing a quilt with the story and then creating a card based on that. Oh, well, I have one more important announcement though. A week from Saturday is World Card Making Day. At 11 o'clock, I'm doing a free class on YouTube, and it's going to be on a double one-sheet wonder that I've come up with. So you need hardly any supplies at all. I'll be putting the supply list up for that. It's really basically just 2 6x12 sheets of paper of designer series paper. So we're all good. You guys sending the hearts, great. And in addition, this is the host code, but I have one more announcement. But V2RGZFW6. I've invited my downline, so whoever wants to participate, we're going to do a marathon weekend. So I'm just going to put up a schedule. All of us, including me. So when I do that, I am going to have a drawing for some kind of prize at the end, just for commenting. All the winners will be announced on Tuesday, but any of my downline participating, I'm going to give you a schedule and tell you where they're going to be, because I'd love to have you show some love to them. And if you like what they're doing, like their page and follow, and they'll all be doing a giveaway too. You will have, it'll start whenever, I'll just put the thing up, but you will have until through Monday to watch them. So it doesn't matter if you're gone for the weekend. We'll just have the schedule up, and then on Tuesday we'll announce all of the winners. Everyone will be choosing their own thing to give away, but they'll also let me know the winners. I'll put them all right here too, and then they'll also put them on their page. So it is wonderful. Okay, I'm going to use some comments back that I can't even read aloud, but thank you, Nancy. So
but everyone can see them.
This was a first. But, we appreciate you guys. Now, go have a wonderful weekend. This is just really fun. And I will put this up with the finished cards and whether or not I put words on them, but it'll just give you some ideas to just kind of get the thinking going, and then you'll create from there. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.